Because last week was literally all dinosaur news. We have dragons and fantasy creatures, and to wrap it off, the full new KTO roster for us all to go over. So, in this video, we have the Bristlewing, we have the Dominus, we have the Glowplume, and then we have the whole new KTO roster that's shrunk, by the way. So, let's get right into it all. I'll be honest, this is a shorter mod news today, but we're going to be starting off with the Bristlewing because there are so much new stuff for it. Oh my god, this thing is getting closer and closer by it seems. They posted on Twitter a picture of it saying that it is now in development. So yeah, whether it's close or not, it's in development now fully. The Bristlewing, the OG dragon that was the first ever teased dragon for Path of Titans mods, is getting there, and I cannot wait for it. So we get some animations for showcase. This is the flying animation. I'm not sure if this is the sprint or the normal flying animation, but it is a flying animation, and it has 3 POVs. It has a side shot, it has a front shot, and then I think it has another shot, and I think it's like more of an angled one or from above. I'm not sure, but it's got 3 POVs there. We do have photos of it in the air next to the sun. It looks great. This was the original one that they teased to us about it all. And then we see a full model showcase as well. A rendered model showcase. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the detail on this. We're going to talk about the detail in a moment, but look at this model. It is gorgeous. We also get a close-up of the head, and we get another close-up of the head from this image as well. This thing looks awesome. This is by far and away one of the best dragon mods I've ever seen, and we've got more to showcase as well. We also get a close-up of the eye, and there's 2 versions of this. There's a normal, like, rounded eye, and then there's the more, like, lizardy dragon eye as well, which looks great. We have a showcase of the base skin, which is the brown one. Then we get a showcase of a second skin, which is a mix of, like, yellows, oranges, blacks, browns, stuff like that, and whites. This is made by Clay, and Clay has done a great job with it. But that's the news for the Bristlewing at the moment, and I'm a big fan of it. I cannot wait to see more of this thing in game. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, let me know your thoughts, and, you know, has it been worth the wait? Let me know. Now, speaking of dragons, we need to talk about this one. This is the Dominus, and arguably this will probably be the next dragon to come to the game. I know I talked about the Bristlewing being originally the first ever dragon to be announced for the game, like flying dragon. Also, one last thing before I rattle on further. Apparently the Bristlewing might get fire breathing, but it might not get it straight away. Anyways, let's go back to the Dominus. This is the Dominus. We have latest shots. I think there's 5 images here from Rospor, 5 or 4, and we also know that this will either have no or very little aerial attacks. It's one or the other. I think they're doing it for balance reasons, which is totally fair. A dragon this big, of course, is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with if it's attacking you in the air. But I'd recommend not taking that for gospel. I'd recommend finding that out through the XR official channels. Anyways, the images, mainly forested photos. These are gorgeous photos. This first one shows a nice clean side shot with the tail in the foreground as well, the model in the background, showing the size off. The second one is, of course, similar in the forest as well. The shadows are a bit of the pain there, but we, of course, get 2 more that I'm going to showcase and talk about in more detail. One is flying. It looks gorgeous. Look at the details. Look at the horns. Look at the spikes. This thing is a big, bulky behemoth. And then, of course, we get it like kind of doing a stretch with its wings, going onto its hind legs. I don't know if that's like the opposite to the crouch or if that's just an emote. If it's an emote, cool. If it's the opposite to crouch and instead you go into your hind legs, that's going to be even cooler. But that is the Dominus. So, the Glowplume. Let's talk about this one because this is an upcoming mod made by the XR team once again. And it's got some photos. Now, this is like a carnivore. It's a land-based dinosaur. It is more dinosaurian, but it's obviously very clearly a fantasy creature. It looks great from the images that we see. However, one thing that I do think is important to know is this is a glow monster. So it's got, what's the word? Bioluminescence, I believe, on its body. So it glows during the night. Now, I'm not sure if the 2 images that we see of it having like a pink and a yellow one is sexual dimorphism. Maybe the girls' colours are more pinks and blues and the lads' colours are more yellows and oranges. I don't know. I think it's just color choices, but I mean, it's nice to show them off paired that way, you know, showing the wealth of colors that you're likely going to get on the Glowplume as well. And the other thing is, it's probably going to be more than one skin that's going to have this bioluminescence. It's highly likely that probably all of the skins might have the bioluminescence. The other thing that we do get to showcase from this creature is the stretch emote. Here it is. Have a watch. Let me know your thoughts. But now we do have one more bonus thing before we go into the KTO roster. Now, the Orca, the killer whale. This is the last thing I'm probably ever going to say about it before I ever cover it in like a mod showcase, but it looks like this is on its way. We get a Divine Beast mod update that said this: on their way to Gondwar, hunting what lurks in the deep. As always, there is no ETAs, but the end game is here. Soon enough, you guys will be able to try one of the most amazing apex predators from modern times. Our Orca contains a lot of custom features that we have been planning for the last 2 years. Features that show our commitment to not only make mods, but also push the boundaries of what is believed to be possible. There we go. And there's also this lovely group image of the killer whale as well. You get to see many different subspecies right there. Some of them have the damaged dorsal fins. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out the KTO mods that we're going to be seeing in game. So, everybody, here we have all of the upcoming mods that are coming from the KTO Mods team. Now, these are the people who recently released the Nanoxaurus, and obviously the Dryptosaurus and the Yang as the Pachyrhinosaurus as well. There are many mods, and Dinosuchus too. This is a full roster, and we're finally getting a deep dive. Now, if you want to see like the old roster, this is the old roster, and they even had like AI planned for the game, and that included like a sauropod AI as well. But obviously, this is no longer the roster. This is the old roster that we'll be getting from the KTO team. And this is the new roster. It's a lot smaller, but let's go ahead and dive right into it. So over here, you've got Butoraptor, which is going to be a 1-slot carnivore. And you've also got Rugops, which is a 1-slot carnivore as well. In terms of size, same size as Latinovenatrix in game, smaller than Concavenator. We go next to Dilophosaurus, which is a 2-slot. Looks like it's smaller than Metri. I think this size chart, obviously Metri is a 3-slot in the game at the moment, so maybe it's kind of like just the closest dinosaur in its height, but I guess they could have compared it to Sorato or something. Then you've got Rajasaurus, which is a 2-slot Albellosaurid. Valibonavenatrix, which is the one I'm most excited for because this is an upcoming Spinosaurid, a very small Spinosaurid, and it will be the first 3-slot Spinosaurid. Then we get Torvosaurus. We have Taurosaurus mods in the game, but it's going to be a 4-slot. It's going to be pretty cool. Tarbosaurus, which is going to be like Dasp pretty much, but Dasp is a 3-slot. So you've got Dasp, then you've got Tarbo, then you've got Rex, a 3, a 4, and a 5, right? That's going to be a nice branch there. We got our favorite Giganotosaurus, a 5-slot. So this will be the apex carnivore of the KTO mod roster. It's interesting because before they had like the Kenyan giant, and I think in terms of carnivores, that was all the carnivores they had. But it's strange because like Gigantosaurus, I guess it's been commissioned by someone, but like it'd be cool to see it as like Tyrannotitan instead. Anyways, of course, we've got Dinosuchus, which is one of the ones that's already in the game. Then let's go all the way down to the herbivores now. You've got Pelecanimimus, something I'm really excited for. Then let's go into something new for Cartoceratops. This thing I don't even know about. Like, this is a whole new dinosaur to me. I didn't even know this thing existed. Then you've got Stenonychosaurus, which I believe is the Troodontid that kind of replaced Troodon, right? Stenonycho and Latin kind of twacked the whole Troodon mantle. Then you've got Mantellosaurus, which is a Hadrosaur and Iguanodontid. This will be a 2-slot. Anzu, which will be another 2-slot. It'll be cool because like this thing is going to be similar to City Pie, so I guess you've got a comparison there. Another Oviraptorid to come to the game. This one's also interesting because I believe Phyraeosaurus is a more dubious dinosaur, but that will be a 3-slot Stegosaur by the looks of it. It looks like it'll kind of be similar to Kentro and Miragaia. You've got Platyosaurus here, which is a 3-slot Sauropodomorph. Gigantoraptor, which I think is really interesting that they're making this a 3-slot dinosaur because Gigantoraptor is big. You'd expect it maybe a 4-slot, but I guess if you compare Suko, Dasp, and Aloe, all them. It kind of fits as a free slot. Then you go to the Pachyrhinosaurus. They've got Parasaurolophus, Ankylosaurus. I know so many people have said about Ankylosaurus and bringing an Anky mod to the game. We've got Anno, but we want something bigger. I think Anky's the one for it. And then, of course, the final herbivore is Therizinosaurus. But there is more here because, well, if we scroll all the way over here, we've got sauropods now. 3-slot sauropod, which is Shunosaurus, similar size to a Marga. You've got Lohucotitan, which is a 4-slot sauropod, which will be cool. So you're getting like lower than 5-slot sauropods, but now you get the 5 slots with Camarasaurus, and then the big one, Brachiosaurus, and that'll be like the crown jewel of this mod's dinosaur tree. If you go over here, of course, you've got the mysteries with Dryptosaurus. You'll get another smaller Spinosaurid, which is Irritator, and then you've got Nanoxaurus and Yang. And you got no other secrets, but there's space here for more secrets. In terms of pterosaurs or birds, you've got Isteodactylus, which will be a 1-slot, bigger than Ramph. You've got Argentavis, which is a bird, and it'll be a 2-slot, of course. Then you've got Tropio, which is smaller than the in-game fowl. You get Tropio and you get Pteranodon, both smaller than the in-game fowl. And then you get Quet, which is tiny compared to the hat, so that's going to be a 3-slot as well. And then, of course, you get Aramboginia, which is a 4-slot. There it is, right in the corner there. I'm not really helping with the way I've like zoomed in on it, nor am I helping right there, but of course that is that. And the final thing that we get to go over is the aquatics for this mod as well. So the first one here with the aquatics is Protospirina. It's a big swordfish. It's a prehistoric swordfish. Then you get Platycarpus, which is like an early mosasaur ancestor, I believe. And then you get to this one, which I think is really cool, Aquilolamna, which is a prehistoric shark-like elasma branch from, I believe, Mexico. I think it was from, like, not the Tethys, it was the Western Interior Seaway that it was from. And, of course, this thing, I am a big fan of it. It just looks so unique and so weird. Then you've got Pliosaurus as well. Of course, it's like Chronosaurus or Liplorodon. It's an ancestor to that. It'll be similar in size to Kaiwekia. You've got the big one, which is Styxosaurus, like a big version of Kai, which is going to be cool. But the crown jewel of the aquatics, Shonisaurus, which is an absolutely monstrous ichthyosaur. If you thought of, like, you know, Uranosaurus and then gave it steroids, that'll be Shonisaurus. Anyways, that is the whole KTO mod roster. I wanted to talk through it for you all, just to, you know, add some depth here. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, I know it's a lot smaller and a lot less like in-depth than usual. I've been so busy with work and I've only had a couple hours to be able to make this video, so I wanted to get this out and get it ready for you guys with some mod news. Should have some more stuff by the end of the week. That's a little bit bigger. If you want to see a big video though, check out this one, which is top 5 forgotten features. Anyways, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Peace.